Amazon has dropped a bomb with their new restocking limits. Many Amazon sellers are saying that they can't continue restocking and Amazon won't allow them to ship their products. In this video, I will share with you what the new restocking limits are and what you can do to overcome it. So stay tuned. Hi guys, if you don't know who I am, my name is Thomas Parkinson and I've been selling on Amazon now for 4 years. Now, quite simply, I am doing Amazon online arbitrage within the UK, and right now I'm on a mission to do £1 million by the end of 2021. And if you want to see more about my journey, check it out up here where I show you everything, including my profits. Now, enough about me, what are we going to go through today? First things first, number one, I'm going to go through what are the changes in the restocking limits. Number two, I'll go through how to check your restocking limits. Number three, I'm going to talk about how the new restocking limits will affect Amazon sellers. And then finally, number four, I'm going to talk about how to overcome the new restocking limits. So let's get started. Okay, so first things first, what are the changes in the restocking limits? Now, we need to understand the difference between storage limits and ASIN level limits for us to determine the changes in the restocking. Now, before the new restock limits, Amazon used ASIN level limits. Now, this restock limit is based on an ASIN's sales performance. Quite simply, if an ASIN is selling fast, you can restock or hold a high quantity of that stock. Whilst if the ASIN is selling slow, you can only restock or hold a low quantity of that stock. For example, I have a toy Lego set or a Lego product, which is a super fast selling item. Beforehand, if we restocked this based on the ASIN level limits, I could have restocked up to 500 units of it, since it was a fast selling ASIN and sells super quick. Now, Amazon has changed their restocking limit policy from ASIN level limits to total storage level limits. Now, your restocking limits will be determined by the storage capacity of Amazon's fulfillment centers allowed for you. Now, what I will do is I'll share with you around here what the new storage limits look like in my own Amazon Seller Central account. Now, going back to our previous example, before I had that Lego toy set, that fast selling one. Now, remember this was limited to 500 units. And let's say I had another product which was limited to 200 units because maybe it isn't such a fast selling item. Now, before the change, I could only restock up to a maximum of 500 units for this Lego set because the ASIN level limit is limited to 500 units in the warehouse. But now, with the new change, I can restock up to 700 units of Lego because I get to choose how I use the storage space, i.e. the 500 units for that fast selling item and 200 units for the slow selling item. Amazon is not looking at each individual ASIN or the stock limits on that, but all the ASIN limits as a whole, which means I get to play with the total inventory value and manage my inventory better. Now, with the new restocking limit based on storage occupancy, you will have a chance to hold more stock of faster selling ASINs than you did beforehand. Quick question for you guys, are you affected by the new restocking limits? If you are, let me know down in the comments below. I'm interested to see how many of us are really affected by these changes. Let me know in the comments down below. Now, that leads me nicely on to number two, how to check your restocking limits. Now, every Amazon seller has their own personalized restock limit. Restock limits are determined based on the aggregated historical sales and forecasted sales, of which there are set types for each storage category type. How do you compute this? Well, Amazon doesn't disclose, but they do adjust the stock limits regularly. For example, our restock limit was updated after just 2 weeks. Now, what I want to do is I want to jump on my computer and show you how to check your own restock limits. Okay, so I've just logged into here my Amazon Seller Central account, and what I'm going to do, and this is the new layout by the way, so I'm just going to come over to here to click up this and go to inventory and then scroll down to here up to, or go to manage FBA shipments, and I'll click on that. Now, what we're looking at is down the bottom here, you can see restock limits and storage volumes. So I'm just going to expand these two limits down here. And what you can see here is got restock limits. So we have, it is broken down into, remember I talked about them, the restock categories. So if I zoom in to make it a bit easier to see, Okay, so first things first, what you're going to see is that the restocking limit is divided into 4 categories. So we've got standard size storage here, and you can see that. You've then got oversized storage right here. You can then see you've got clothing storage right here, and then finally footwear. But I know, and I've seen it from other people's examples, that they have hazmat storage as well. Unfortunately, I'm not on the hazmat program, so I don't have hazmat storage, but you may also see that here as well. Now, if we go back to the restock limits, what you can see here is you've got something called utilization quantity. Utilization quantity is your total stock holding. Now, this includes your products which are pending to be shipped into Amazon's warehouses, products stored in Amazon's warehouses, and products which are pending to be delivered to the customers. Now, your maximum inventory level are your products which are stored in the Amazon warehouses which have not yet been ordered by a customer. Now, if you want to know how many units you are able to ship to Amazon or your maximum shipment quantity, all you need to do is to deduct the maximum inventory level from your utilization quantity. So you can see here, maximum inventory level and utilization quantity, and it shows my maximum shipment quantity, 94. So I'm pretty close to my maximum shipment quantity. So this leads me nicely on to number 3, how the new restocking limits are affecting Amazon sellers. So there are a large number of Amazon sellers on the forums who are unhappy about the restock limit changes, and I really understand. Some sellers have lost the opportunity to grow their business since they can't restock enough of their good selling products. They're losing profits because they cannot hold enough stock of their top selling lines to meet demand. Now, to grow their businesses, according to them, their only option is to decrease their restock quantity per ASIN and then increase the frequency of their shipments going into Amazon. Basically, they now need to do a lot more smaller shipments rather than a few big shipments. This is because Amazon won't let them store all their stock in the Amazon FBA warehouses. Now, quick thing for you guys, if you've got space in your warehouse to ship in more products, what does that mean? It means that you can be buying more products to sell, and what do you need before that? Well, you need deals to buy. Well, if you are looking for deals, maybe you're struggling because you know what, it is hard work finding deals. Look no further than FastTrackFBA leads. This is a service I created whereby we have a team of VAs sourcing 7 days a week for all the deals in the UK and USA marketplaces. And what do? We put them onto our web portal whereby you can see all our deals, review the stats, understand all about them. And when you find the ones that you like, you can pick and choose only the deals that work for you, unlock them, go to the supplier, buy the products, and then obviously resell on Amazon. Take advantage of those storage limits that you have available. If you want to know more about FastTrackFBA leads, have a look down below. I will drop a link where you can see it, have it, and understand what is going on. But trust me, lots of people love it. It has added so much value to them, and we have the ability to filter for ungated deals for new sellers. Check it out, FastTrackFBA leads down below. Now, this leads me nicely onto my 4th chapter, how to overcome the restocking limits. Now, if you want to sell on Amazon with this new policy, I'm sorry to say there are no options to overcome, but to adjust your business to the change. If you need to hold a lot of stock, then what I'd really recommend is keeping your restock limit close to its maximum at all times. Then every month, emailing Amazon to increase your storage limits. Now, by doing this, Amazon will check your metrics, and I have emailed them a few days ago asking for an increase, and here is what they said. The short answer is right now, they are not going to do anything. But we hope that in time, they will allow review or some kind of understanding of the metrics behind obviously what's happened. This is why I'm saying get in the habit of emailing every few months or every month asking for review so that you know this information when it is released by Amazon. Now, we've heard in the forums that if you have a good selling metrics and Amazon might then increase your storage limit, like what Amazon did to my seller account, but we don't know that for sure. Hence why I say get in contact every month. Now, another option to adjust to this new policy is to reduce your utilization quantity, or basically your stock holding. To reduce your utilization quantity, you can pull out some of your inventory from Amazon and deliver them back to your house, warehouse, or even prep center. By doing this, you can then use spare space for other ASINs and then restock those previously removed ASINs when needed. The third option is to use a third-party warehouse or prep center to store inventory. This is very normal for online arbitrage to use a prep center, but do speak to them about holding your stock to support you in managing your inventory or restock inventory. With this method, you simply have to play the waiting game until you sell a specific number of units to make sure that you are under the restock limit. Then you can tell the prep center to deliver or ship in new batches of stock into Amazon's warehouses and get those sales moving again. Now, what I will say is the new restocking policy really limits our ability to restock our fast selling ASINs. And like what I've said, a prep center can really help you holding stock. And if you are thinking about using a prep center, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a guide around here to a video I created about using prep centers that's really going to help you out. But if you've enjoyed this video and hey, you found it useful, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. And hey, if you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button down below. That's the subscribe button just down below. But for me, Thomas Parkinson and FastTrackFBA, thank you very much.